Hello and welcome to Wolfman Gaming. This is my Control blind playthrough. And in the last episode, things got really hectic. We ran into what I think was called a spike cluster, and then we ran into a giant horde of enemies. I've talked about that this game, when you're in combat, this game really doesn't hold back. Trophy, Ritual, Intuition. Uh... Is this it?
Marshall, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who is this?
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm coming to help.
Faden. Hold on. I'm setting the elevator for you. We need to talk.
You got that right.
More of you? Really?
I'm boned. That was so lame. Says that enemies will try to flush you out of cover using grenades. It would be really cool if you could pick the grenades up and throw them back.
Marshall, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who is
But sadly, this
My name
game
is
doesn't
Jesse
seem
Faden. I'm coming to help.
doesn't seem like this game works that way. You have to run out of
We need to talk.
You
the
got that right.
the blast radius of the grenades. Let's see.
More of you? Really?
I really like the fact that you can basically throw these enemies so they hit each other, and one enemy can die like from the blast radius of another one. Well, went a lot better that time.
Welcome to the party, ma'am. Marshall is right down the hall.
Thank you. Okay. So, which one of you is Marshall?
There you are. I was starting to worry. Congratulations on your appointment, Director Faden. I'm Helen Marshall, head of Bureau Operations. Zachariah's dead then, and I assume you found his gun.
Just call me Jesse. Trench told me to find you. He said you could help.
And he told you this through the hotline. Makes sense.
None of this phases her? Really?
Here's the situation. Darling created the HRAs in a lab nearby. We need more if we're gonna survive this attack. My rangers can't secure the lab alone, not against those things. We need more firepower.
At least she seems to know what's going on here. She could know about Dylan.
I can clear out the hiss. I'll be your firepower.
That's a good answer.
Is she testing me?
Darling has systems in place to protect his labs. This should help you get past them. We'll talk more after you clear out the hiss. Rangers, let her through. We'll have to lock the
Can
door
I at
behind you.
least
Sorry,
have
it's the breach.
someone join me for like backup? No?
If there's anything in this place that can improve our luck, we ought to try it out. You know, just in case.
Do not touch anything.
I think that is an old thing. Horseshoes. That is an old superstition that you should put a horseshoe over your door to make to get good luck. And I think it's an old point of argument. Should the tips of the horseshoe be facing up or down? Because some people say that the horseshoe should be pointing down to make the good luck pour into your house. Some people say it should be facing up, or else you would pour the good luck out of the house. And what I think, first of all, I don't believe in superstition and stuff like that. But I also think, and this is derived a bit from a Discworld novel by the late great Terry Pratchett. Because there is a book called Lords and Ladies, where the elves or fairies come back to the world. And contrary to popular belief nowadays, where fairies have become, in modern stories, fairies are kind little creatures that can help people. Back in the olden days, people were dead scared of the fairies, because the fairies could be helpful, but they could also be very moody, and they could cause you great harm if they got angry with you. And in the Lords and Ladies book, I think it's called Lords and Ladies, Ritual Division, the fairies return, and the fairies aren't kind. They are very evil. They are basically narcissistic psychopaths. Think Ted Bundy, but with wings. I must say, this is going quite well. Staying back and kicking ass. Yes, the thing with the fairies is that they can't stand iron. It weakens them. They describe it as like being buried in the ground, because iron is probably very, I would say, real, or like a grounding material, and since they are from the fairy tale land, they can't stand it. So that is the reason why people put up horseshoes over their doors in that book, because horseshoes are made out of iron, and it's one of those things that even poor people usually have. Ow. Is this like mini boss? That didn't go too well. Oh, I'm back here. Okay.
As if you can find anything in this place.
So now all the enemies are cleared out. Hopefully all I have to face down now is that mini boss thing. He seems pissed, well, so am I. And he can take a beating. Okay, this shouldn't be too hard if we play this smartly. That was not smart. That was stupid. Ah! This game feels like it's becoming more and more of an uphill struggle. My gun feels very underwhelming. It feels almost like my gun is under-leveled for the resistance I'm facing. Maybe I should spend a bit more ability points into upgrading my pistol. Because I feel like telekinesis is a lot more efficient when it comes to damaging him. Like, if I can get the soldiers to wear down his body armor, I can take off quite decent chunks of his health just throwing bits of floor at him. This will hopefully produce a bigger bang. But that wasn't him, of course, that was a trash mob. I talked about that in the fight against Tomasi. That I really liked the fact that it was just me and him. Not me, him, and everything except the kitchen sink. Because that is how you kill a really good boss fight and turn it into a really shitty boss fight, is by throwing in stuff like that. When you start throwing in all types of mobs in the fight. And it feels like I'm always on the brink of death. I would really, really like some health. Is this health? Yes, it is. Let's see. For the love of God. I need to save up my telekinesis for when his shield is down. There we go. Now we just need to clean up the rest of these fellas. Which shouldn't be too hard. I hope. There we go. Phew. That was a mini. That boss was tough as old boots. Let's see, where am I? I'm down here. Okay. So that is another elevator. Good to know. But I'm guessing we're supposed to go in here. Yes. And I must say, I think this game is fun. I really do. It does get a little bit repetitive, I must say.
Altered item number 52AE analysis.
Because the fact that you never face off against like one or two enemies is always
You must like these HRs.
every...
Sounds like Darling built them. And most of the things around here. If Marshall can't help us with Dylan, he's our next best bet. Assuming he's not dead. Or taken over by the hiss.
This looks like it should be a control point. But apparently it's not. Let's move this shit out of the way. Nothing fun? Aha. Shatter recoil efficiency. Wonder what that could be. Either way, let's see. Where am I supposed to go? Over to my right. What? Oh, okay. I get it. That should be it. No. That's it.
You let me in.
HRA lab.
Any idea how to make it work?
Activate the HRA machine. Well, I'm gonna do that in the next episode. But I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. So until next time, this is the Wolfman signing off.